Hi guys, this is Aaron from WINECULT and welcome back to another bottle breakdown. And today we're talking about the 2020 El Paraguas Atlantico Blanco from Bodegas El Paraguas. But first, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more wine reviews and other great wine content. So this is about 87% Trichadura, 10% Godeo, and 3% Albarreño from Galicia in northern Spain. Good God, this wine is absolutely fantastic. I've actually had every single vintage of this wine since first being introduced to it by Lee Reddy about 5 years ago now. It's so consistently fantastic. In fact, there really aren't a ton of wines that I always have on hand, but this is one of them. So, a collaboration between wine journalist Marcial Pita and award-winning fourth-generation enologist and viticulturalist Felicissimo Pereira. Bodegas El Paraguas actually began in 2007, but their first release came a few years later in 2011. So this production site is actually located in Galicia's Ribeiro, where the climate zone is sort of transitional, mostly cold Atlantic winds with a warm continental influence that's still present. Here they produce wines led with Trichadura, and as well as a supporting cast of other whites, Godeo, obviously Albarreño, on 2 granite parcels and 1 schist of varying altitudes. All the grapes here are hand harvested and then fermented using indigenous yeasts at controlled temperatures in 600-liter French oak barrels and steel tanks. The wines don't go through any malolactic fermentation at all. They're also filtered and fined, so you get the super hyper brightness from that lack of malolactic fermentation. And obviously with a wine like this, it's a phenomenal choice. The climate of Ribeiro is in, as I said before, a transitional zone of mostly cold Atlantic winds. But to a lesser degree, you still get some heat from the continent. So there is a continental influence, as well as some from the Mediterranean, as there is everywhere in Spain. The result is that winters can go way below freezing. Winters can get incredibly cold, and there's also plenty of rain in the area, but in the summer or fall, it gets incredibly hot. Kind of almost becomes like a pressure cooker. It remains very dry, very warm, certainly enough to achieve the type of phenolic balance that you're looking for, as well as the optimal ripeness for a wine like this that best expresses the specific nuances of the region in its Trichadura. The Ribeiro is a perfect place, honestly, for viticulture because of the diversity of grapes that grow there, as well as the soil types. This wine in particular actually comes from 3 different vineyard parcels that exist just within a 5-mile radius of one another. So very tight concentration in the land, but also a nice sampling of what different production sites have available. Bright, radiant acidity just gives way to the faintest hints of grasses and a little bit of lemon, as well as just a touch of something deeper, almost like nectar from a crushed peach. Also, the tiniest hints of petrol, almost like a great Alsatian Riesling. The salinity on this wine as well is incredible. It's simultaneously a surprisingly complex wine while being wildly refreshing. I cannot recommend this wine highly enough. For more bottle breakdowns and other great wine content, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Aaron from WINECULT, and I'll see you next time.